Hi, my name is Jordan Hobson, and I'm an intern nutritionist here at Food for Good. I'm going to be giving a presentation on how Food for Good can support the work of Ontario's student nutrition program. What I want to present today is Food for Good as a company, including our values, our operations, and our approach to dealing with food insecurity amongst children in schools. I also want to touch on Food for Good's service policies and how they align with the Ontario Student Nutrition Program guidelines. And then I want to discuss the role that we believe Food for Good has within helping the student nutrition program support schools with food programming. Food for Good is a full-service school lunch program that manages all aspects of the process, so from order processing to meal delivery. We essentially act as a conduit to connect schools and parents to local vendors. Our mission is to revolutionize school meal programs by giving every child access to nutritious and affordable meals through easy and convenient order and delivery management. All the while, we're giving back to the community to empower the next generation with the tools they need to thrive. This means we have to tackle food insecurity from multiple angles, not just feeding hungry students, but also investing in their development and supporting their communities. Food for Good utilizes a streamlined process to manage the ordering and distribution of food amongst its partner schools, and every step of this process is designed to be efficient and convenient for all parties involved. Through collaboration, Food for Good creates connections between schools and local vendors that follow Food for Good standards of quality. Currently, we are partnered with vendors depicted in this image here, and with various school boards across Southern Ontario, like in the Niagara, GTA, Waterloo, and Ottawa regions. We're looking to continue expanding across Ontario, partnering with nutrition groups and more school boards to extend our area of impact. After schools provide parents information about our program, usually through newsletters, parents can register to our online website or app where they're able to easily self-manage their child's lunch orders. This includes specifying dietary restrictions, placing orders, scheduling deliveries, and paying online so their child can receive their food free at school. Order information is then provided to both the school and vendors in reports to guide them in safely producing and distributing the food. These are also used to create individual labels for each meal, outlining meal and class information specific to each student. On delivery day, meals are prepared by vendors, transported to schools ahead of lunch in labeled heated bags by our delivery drivers, and then distributed by student ambassadors to each classroom in schools. At Food for Good, our goal is to handle the logistical challenges schools have when providing food programming to students, so that the burden of running these food programs in schools can be alleviated off school staff. We do this by handling all administrative steps of the process, including managing orders, coordinating schedules, delivering meals, and handling delivery issues on behalf of schools. This approach eliminates the need for school staff or volunteers to manage the program, the need for kitchen equipment and storage space in schools, and it frees up time for teachers and administrators so they can focus on educating students or running extracurriculars. While handling these processes, we use innovative methods to ensure convenience for schools and parents. This includes an intuitive online platform for easy program and order management, and a streamlined food distribution system with individually packaged and labeled meals, providing quick, touch-free, and accurate delivery to each student. Another key aspect to our services is giving back to the communities we join to support students beyond lunches. For each meal ordered from a participating school, Food for Good donates 50 cents back to the school, giving them some funding to improve educational and extracurricular resources. For each meal, 20 cents is also distributed amongst the nutritional partners that are local to that school's community that serve underserved students and support kids with meals outside of school. So far, we've donated over $10,000 to schools and nutrition programs in the communities we've serviced. Rivergood's program is an effective and validated model in helping schools provide nutritious meals to students. There are certain elements of food programming that we see as necessary to follow in our program so that we can maximize the benefits of our services in schools. This includes making nutritious and safe food more accessible to students, promoting understandings of healthy eating, ensuring availability to all students and families, and strengthening communities. From our understanding, these are similar goals as to what the student nutrition program looks to uphold in its services. And while we strictly follow many Canadian standards, we also take inspiration from the student nutrition program guidelines in our programming. And as I'll demonstrate, multiple aspects of our services are reflective of the SNP's guiding principles. Food for Good's primary goal is to nourish the body and minds of students in our partnered schools and ensure them the optimal health to support their academic success and growth. To do this, we offer meals adapted from our partnered vendors' menus, which are specialized to be healthy. Each meal has been diligently assessed by our nutritionists to ensure it follows all Canadian and Ontario nutritional guidelines, such as the Canadian Food Guide, ppm 150, and more seen on the list to the right. And this is so that each student can be served food safely and in alignment with their dietary requirements. We also implement these student nutrition programs guidelines in ensuring that every meal contains at least one fruit and vegetable, one protein food, and one whole grain food, while also falling under the serve category as we offer meal ingredients that are low in fats, salt, and sugar. We also ensure that our vendors and delivery drivers are maintaining compliance with these standards as well through extensive screening before partnering. For vendors, this involves menu evaluations, company background checks and interviews, and safety orientations, especially checking compliance with the food premises regulations. For drivers, accreditation involves thorough training of food for good policies, sanitary food handling, and usage of our reporting systems. This is all to ensure that the food gets safely produced, packaged, and transported to schools with detailed documentation to back it up. And we continue to monitor and encourage these practices throughout our partnerships. Not every student can access a given school food program for various reasons, like dietary restrictions, preferences, or even the stigma associated with needing to utilize a school food program, all of which can drive away participation. At Food for Good, we view food as a powerful tool for uniting people and building community in an inclusive and non stigmatizing manner. And there are multiple aspects of our services that are directly geared towards this. One is affordable pricing. All Food for Good meals are capped within a price range of $4 to $8.25, taking into account we have single and double portion size options for each meal. To appeal to a wide range of students, Food for Good partners with a diverse set of vendors to create a varied menu that caters to different tastes and cultural preferences, which doubles as a way of introducing students to new foods and keeping lunches interesting. Our menu currently includes lunch options like quesadillas, noodle dishes, tacos, pita assembly kits, pizza, and various mixed food meals with chicken, vegetables, rice, and fruits on the side. In establishing this menu, we put extra consideration towards the student nutrition program guidelines in terms of having variety within each food group and having meals inclusive to all student backgrounds. Food for Good works closely with parents and schools to accommodate the dietary restrictions of students and ensure there are safe food options for every student, so we consider things like allergies, medical conditions, and cultural and religious preferences. Aligning with the student nutrition program's focus on guiding allergy management, Food for Good offers a strong first line of defense against allergies in schools. Our allergen management plans are heavily inspired by Sabrina's Law, allowing us to have a system personalized to each child and to keep parents involved. Our nutritionists analyze the menu and document allergen contents so that when parents specify their child's restrictions on our website before ordering, they'll be unable to order meals that are flagged with those restrictions. Along with this, each child's dietary restrictions are clearly communicated to vendors in schools, and our website provides detailed information on every meal's ingredients for parents when ordering. These are all safeguards we use to ensure that no ordering mistakes occur and that each party takes extra care in safely and accurately getting food to students. And to prevent this from limiting our menu, our vendors often provide alternative options for certain Food for Good meals, like vegetarian or gluten-free versions, or meals with substituted components. Supporting child development and health means more than just giving them healthy food, but also supporting the communities they will grow up in so that they'll have the opportunities and resources to grow. One part of this is ensuring that the environment around students is healthy and will last into the future. So Food for Good focuses on partnering with vendors who use eco-friendly and biodegradable packaging for meals, as well as driving them to engage in sustainable practices in their day-to-day work. This is a principle that the student nutrition program advocates for in food programs, and it's something we actually consider in our services. We want to help lessen the burden that food services tend to put on the environment, but this also serves to set an example for students to demonstrate more sustainable behaviors regarding things like waste disposal and food production. Another way we build community is through nutritional education. In our services, we emphasize promoting healthy eating behaviors and nutritional awareness in students to support their well being into the future. We do this through including things like food trivia and simplified nutrition labels on packaging, and providing meal options that require assembly of food items to develop some food skills. What we found is that in doing so, we're able to generate discussions in classes and between peers during lunchtime, which allows students to connect with each other while also learning valuable information for a future of healthy eating. So overall, Food for Good's policies are well in agreement with not only the national guidelines and best practices for nutrition and program accessibility, but also the priorities outlined in the guidelines of the student nutrition program. I want to bring up the idea of how Food for Good can connect with some of the nutritional agencies of the student nutrition program. We don't want to detract from the services that the program and its nutritional partners are already providing to schools. We instead want to be an available partner that serves to enhance what's already there. We recognize that food programming is different for every school, and regions will have different resources that schools can access for these programs. Not every school in Ontario will have the resources to effectively receive food programming support from the student nutrition program or any nutritional program. They may lack the staff or volunteers, the kitchen facilities, or the administrative systems needed to run the program in the school, or they may even lack the funding to provide back to the nutrition programs for their services. As I've mentioned, with Food for Good services, we handle the administrative processes on behalf of schools, meaning that these schools won't need the personnel and infrastructure to integrate the support of a nutrition program. We also give back to the schools by donating for every meal served, which gives them a source of fundraising that they can put towards receiving nutrition program services. And this is fundraising that they don't need to put the time and resources into themselves. So overall, when these schools work with Food for Good, we help to improve their abilities to access support from the external nutrition programs like the student nutrition program. On top of the 20 cents donations Food for Good can provide for every meal served, we've identified two main benefits towards enhancing student nutrition program services that will arise from collaboration with our program. One of the main benefits is that through our administrative support and donations to schools, we can help the agencies reach and employ programming in schools they may not have been able to do so in before. This would contribute to the growth of the SMP and expanding the number of schools they are able to serve, and would make even further progress towards the goal we share of eliminating school food insecurity in Ontario, since the program's impact will be spread across more communities. An additional benefit of collaborating with Food for Good would be an increase in the donations received by the agencies. With Food for Good support in helping more schools to access student nutrition program services, the SMP will receive a greater total amount of donations from Food for Good since more meals are being served overall. This would help to provide further resources and tools that the SMP agencies can use in connecting with more schools. Our current goal is to establish a collaborative relationship with each of the 14 lead agencies serving communities across Ontario. We believe that with the validated and effective services we have in place, as well as our shared goals and guideline alignment with the student nutrition program, collaboration with an agency would be beneficial to all involved. Towards these agencies, we can help them reach schools they may not have been able to do so in before, while we also provide them a source of fundraising to broadly enhance the nutritional impact they have on schools. Ultimately, appreciate the work the agencies do for the children in schools across Ontario, and we want to be a part of it. We see Food for Good as an excellent medium that the student nutrition program can work with to enhance their support of school programs. And through collaboration, we believe a significant impact will be made in the long-term health and well-being of students and their communities. Thank you for considering Food for Good and giving us this opportunity to speak with you. We look forward to talking further and being able to work alongside your community.